everybody, welcome to week 2 of the Pacific Northwest Life sew along. So this week we're going to be making the raindrop blocks, and what you're going to find about, we did falling leaves last week, well really today, you can see by my shirt, I don't wear this every day of the week, but anyway, you can see that that we're going to be doing a lot of some blocks over and over. Like the raindrop blocks, we're going to be making 26 of them total throughout the year, actually 28, 26 for the quilt, and then you're going to be making 2 separate ones for the lodges. But that's okay, I have it split up, so some weeks are going to be kind of time consuming, and some weeks are going to be a little quicker. Like last week, the falling leaf blocks probably went pretty fast once you made 3. I haven't made my 3 yet. Okay, so this week you want to turn to page 31 in your block. We're going to be making 4 sky blue raindrops. And I'm going to show you how I sew flipped corners. Again, the method's at the beginning of your book, so it's not on every page of every direction. And you're going to need 2A, 2B, and 1C. Very easy, but again, remember you're going to do this times 4 because you're making 4 sky blue raindrop blocks. Okay, I'm going to slide this over. Okay, I'm going to sew my right triangle on, my right square flipped corner method over C. This is A on C. Put a few drops of glue, hit it with my dry iron. I'm doing this side first because intuitively you want to press this way, but we're going to press the opposite direction so that when we're putting our quilt together and putting these rows of raindrops in, they'll all nest. So this side is going to press opposite of this side, and then they'll all nest in. So I did not draw my diagonal line. You may want to if you're not using the seam tape like I use. This time we're going to sew right down the center of the block. We're not going to sew on the opposite side of the drawn line. We're going to sew right on the drawn line. It tells you that in your directions in your book. Okay, so go ahead and line up the point of the white block or the background block with your needle. And you're going to want to line up the bottom of it with your red line because you're sewing right up the center. And then we're going to turn this one over because we're pressing towards the blue. Hit it with your dry iron. Put your starch mixture on there. I didn't really tell you, this is just a mixture of starch and diluted starch that goes in your pen. So here we are. And now it's time to put on our other A. We couldn't put them on at the same time because they overlap. So I'm going to put, a few more drops of glue down. Make sure I've got right sides together. Line up these 2 and the point, 2 edges. Hit it with my iron to set my glue. Now this side you're going to actually press towards the background. Okay? And if you make all of them like this is what the back of your blocks are going to look like. And then when you go to sew your next one in, they're going to be pressed opposite and they'll nest right here on this diagonal. And it really helps keeping your points pointy when your quilt's finished. So now we're going to stitch B to the bottom corners of our raindrop block. And because these don't overlap, we can do glue and stitch both of them at the same time. So again, just a couple drops of glue down here. I'm done with my glue. Stick my lid on it. Those lined up. Right sides together. And then the point of the dry iron in the glue is just so it dries your glue faster. You're not waiting around. If you use steam in your iron, then the glue doesn't dry so fast. Again, mark your diagonal lines or you stitch using the red line on your diagonal seam tape. Okay, now you'll also notice on this that you have 1 arrow pressing towards the background and 1 arrow pressing towards the B. Same thing. Towards the blue. Same thing. So that you can get it to nest when you're sewing your blocks together. So this side presses towards background, B. And this side presses towards the blue, or C. Let me get that in there. Hit it with my dry iron. And there you go, just like that, you've got your first raindrop block. Now you want to repeat that to make a total of 3 raindrop blocks out of the sky blue that you got in this month's fabric pack.